Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. It's always beautiful when we can bring some positive news into this morbid reality we seem to be living in. And I'm not saying it's all bad, but part of the world is pretty chaotic. One of those stories was a story I shared a while back, a few weeks back now, and he was in my unidentified section. So it means a whole lot to me to be able to put a name to this and to tell you he is alive. Parents hurt him. There may have been some accidental negligence from what I'm hearing. I won't really touch on that because this is just to get him out of the unidentified section and into his own playlist, Dominick Moland. I don't know if we'll get any more information. First of all, let me stop right. You can see Crime Stories Obsessed. That's where I'm going to share this story from because it's one of the only two places I found it online. But my credit goes also to LA Kai when we spoke on Crenshaw Incorporated's live last night, which was amazing, or this morning. I can't tell. I think I'm still in a dream right now. um, LA Kai is the one that brought it to my attention and let me know that he had been found because it's sort of like the Baby Joe scenario. You either know or you don't. So I didn't know, and I hadn't gotten back to research him again yet, which I always will do if I put him in the unidentified playlist. But I was told the story, and apparently Grandpa was arrested, which I can't say I have a problem with because at the time, what the hell's going on? Somebody's got to be accountable, okay? So I get what happened, but we were on a whole other tip with it that we'll talk about later. But they did quickly apprehend him. And in either case, Dominick was found. Now he looks kind of dirty and like I really want to know what happened to him during the time he was out and how long he was out. I'm going to reach back out to Crenshaw because I don't have a direct connect to LA Kai right now. But I would love to. She said she had more info and screenshots. I just wonder if she had any more information on that part because I want to know what he went through and not to point any fingers of blame. I'm just an empath like that. I want to know what he went through, and you can tell he went through something. His little face, like I don't know, the dark oil stains or something. But in either case, we have a victory. Dominick is unharmed. He is safe, and that's a really big deal nowadays. So I found this on Crime Stories Obsessed channel. Please feel free to pop over. As I always say, like, share, and subscribe. Check her out. She might have something else you're interested in. If not, at least enjoy this and give her a thumbs up because I wouldn't have it right now like this without her. She did mention in her video that AV News Crew shared this information on his Facebook. So as much as I love Matt, I didn't know because I don't follow Facebook too much. I've started a Just Justice channel on Facebook, so I'm going to be digging in a little deeper, but I mainly use it just for the ability to be able to share and spread the awareness even further. So I won't live on there, but I will definitely pay more attention to some of the updates that come from there because I was wondering what in the world this boy just like one of those stories you never hear about again. Even when I researched it this morning on YouTube, I found this one and I saw one other channel that had a video, but I haven't seen it yet. Um, but we got to spread awareness. Even though he was found and all that, we got to spread awareness. Every time we do, we possibly help somebody else. Maybe this is the story that tells parents to check their doors one more time. When I was growing up, that was like always the last thing we did before we went to bed. Check the door, make sure it's locked. And I know kids can still get creative. I'm not saying they can't. But just so we know, we went that extra mile. So you can face yourself the next day and go, he got out. I locked it up, but he got out. Like, you can't shed the blame. I mean, you're still going to hurt if something happens, but at least you can know that you were all over it as a parent. So lock up your doors, lock your windows, put a deadbolt on it. Put your kids in the room with you if they are those type of kids that are quote unquote rambunctious. Whatever you have to do, protect your babies. Because this could have been so much worse. And thank God it wasn't. My prayers are with the family. I'm glad that this is somewhat over for you guys. I'm glad that Dominick is home. And from what I hear, he has a loving family. But, well, let's just watch the video.
Hi guys, so I have some updates on the little boy. I don't know if you remember, I covered him a couple of weeks ago. He was found wandering in California City. There's an update. His name was Dominick Moland. He was 3 years of age. And he'd come into town from Sacramento just to enjoy the weekend with family. Apparently, where he was staying, they'd forgotten to arm the security system. The boy, Dominick, had woken up early in the morning at approximately 6 a.m. and unlocked the front door and walked out. He must have got lost. The boy had been sleeping in the guest room at the house with family. Apparently no one heard the front door open. The father woke up at 7 a.m. and thought the baby was sleeping. At 8:45, when they woke up, the dad was asked if the baby was lying down. And when she said no, they immediately realised the front door was unlocked and started searching for Dominick. One of the family members went to the police station and started patrolling the area looking for him. One of the relatives was taken into custody. The uncle said, "I take full responsibility for not arming the system." AV News Crew posted an update on Facebook stating, "Update from a family member. Everyone, my name is Derek. This is my nephew Dominick Moland and he's 3 years of age. He and my parents came into town from Sacramento to enjoy the weekend last night. When my wife got off work, I did not rearm the security system. Dominick woke up early in the morning, approximately 6, and unlocked the front door and walked out. He had been sleeping in our guest room where my wife sleeps occasionally due to back issues. No one heard the front door. My father woke up around 7 and thought the baby was sleeping with my wife in the guest room. At 8:45, when my wife woke up and my dad asked if the baby was lying down with her and she said no, we immediately realised the front door was unlocked and started searching. My dad went to the police station and I started patrolling the area. When I finally arrived at the police station, they had taken my father into custody. I tried to ask the officer later if they could take me instead, 64-year-old father, but they said since he was technically the one who brought him down here, he was the adult held responsible. Ultimately, this is the worst day of my life. I take full responsibility for not arming my system so that we would have been alerted. I am in the USAF Air Force and was stationed here a year ago. All I want to do is get my nephew back in my custody and my father out of jail. If anyone has any advice, connections, processes, procedures, then please could you share or respond, DM me. I thank whoever made the post to spread awareness. I know what happened to the boys back in November, December, or in an awesome time frame, and that is the last thing I would have expected to happen to me. Pray for my family and my parents. My brother and his mother have been notified. I am not some crackhead or crazy person, but I did make a mistake, and now we have to do what's legally correct." There were various comments underneath, sending prayers from England. Glad the little boy is safe. It was not on purpose. Somebody else stated, I don't understand why they arrested the grandpa. Happy, beautiful boy was found safe. I raised my niece and she would sleep and walk around and out of the door. So glad he is home safe. I'm sorry that the family had to go through something so terrifying. Everyone knows me, knows Dominick is very well cared for and happy, a happy baby. Somebody else commented, I'm glad Dominick was found safe. I would seek professional legal counsel through the USAF as this did happen in your home. Dominick appears to have dirt and bruising. Where is this from? Is he mildly dehydrated too? The mother states, I am the mother. This was a very scary accident that had happened. Dominick had no bruises. This was just dirty from getting out. He's a toddler. They touch things. He is a big, loving family and he's never neglected. Haley has a better life than I did as a child. It's crazy how negative some people can be without knowing the truth and what really happened. As if this wasn't scary enough for all of us, Dominick was located safe and is back with his family now. Thank everyone for all the prayers and positive comments as I'm still a wreck over all of this. Well, I'm so pleased Dominick was found safe by the officers. I'm so pleased that the dad is hopefully now out of jail. I'm not quite sure. And I'm so pleased that he's back with family who love and care for him. I'm sorry, Yara, that you had to go through all this. And I'm just glad he's home safe, as is everybody else that was looking out for him and sending prayers.
Amen to that.